Hello, Pinup Miami here, and today I'm going to show you how to make a DIY fascinator at home. But before we get started, welcome. If you have watched the live before on Rockabilly Key, welcome. I love you all. And if it's your first time, welcome. I hope you come by any Sunday that you're free, or you could rewatch it here or on my YouTube channel. I am so excited. A couple of people asked me for like an easy DIY fascinator at home. And when a fascinator is like a headpiece that you could attach to your hair, um, and there's just I'm gonna show you one style, but there is no wrong way. You could do it however you like. I feel like I have something in my glasses. And because I've been using my eyes so much with the quarantine, I feel like my eyesight is getting worse and worse. But a fascinator is anything that you thank you. Anything that you can put in your hair. Usually it's like so this is one. I did not make this one, but you see I just want to show you the makeup here. We have flower. Mostly it's under the term of millinery, like hat making. And this one is with a hair comb. You could attach it. But today I'm going to show you one that you can make at home easily. That is like the basic. You could join me in making the base, and then you could decorate it however you like to match whatever style or crazy idea that you have. Oh, hello, Sarah. Last week Sarah did the makeup. Did it at the same time I did, and oh my god, she sent me a photo and it looks so beautiful. I reposted it. Isabella, welcome from France. Oof. I've only seen snow once in my life, Isabel, so I can't imagine it being cold there. Well, for this video, I put all the materials that you're gonna need. I did forget one thing. Well, I don't think I had to say that's obvious. You need scissors. I don't know if I put that, but I forgot to put this like it's I find this at Joann's, and it's like a thin foam. It's not Dacron, but you could find it where you find like the stabilizers where all the stabilizers are, and it's the only one that looks like this. It's like a thick foam. It really helps create like dimension and a little crown to your fascinator. And now I also said in the description that I use cardboard thin like a cereal box. Um, I've been I guess I don't have any boxes, but I have a folder that I will be cutting up. One of these folders. Yeah, I have pink ones. Well, hello, Tim from London. All right, so make sure to hit that like, subscribe wherever you're watching, or follow me on YouTube, Pinup Miami. I would greatly appreciate it. And again, thank you all for watching. And I see a lot of people that have been here before. Welcome, welcome. And next week I'm going to be experimenting with the camera that I got. So I'll be upgrading my camera. I'm so excited for that. But I couldn't figure it out for today. But I will have it figured out for next weekend. So for the fascinator, we are going, or whatever piece you have. And you could either do a teardrop fascinator. I'm sure you know what a teardrop looks like. Round. So you can make whatever shape you like. Usually teardrop or round. And today I'm gonna do like a teardrop. Oh, and I want to show you, like, if you really like hats and making your own stuff, there are a bunch of patterns on Etsy. I'm gonna show you one that I made. If you want the pattern, you're gonna have to message me because I don't have it off the top of my head. But I made this hat off of a pattern. I kind of squashed it. Isn't that a beautiful? And you can put a feather. It's more Victorian, but I made it my own little style. Has a little top hat. And the cool thing, I added these elastics to it. I can't look at the camera on this at the same time. So I could add bobby pins or clips. You could even add like a ribbon to tie it around your head, depending on the look you're going for. I even finished it. For this one, you need a sewing machine. But I gotta say, it came out really beautiful. I used it for my promos for the podcast that I run. I run a pinup podcast. It's not about pinup. It's all about vintage topics it's modern topics with a vintage flair, and you can find it on Spotify, Apple, pinpodcast.com. So yeah, love this. So you can just be creative and have fun. So let's get started. So I'm gonna do the teardrop design, and I'm gonna cut it off a teardrop, and I'm just gonna freehand it. It's always good with this to start bigger and then make it smaller. So make sure if you don't want to freehand it, you could also draw it first. So we're using this as like a stabilizer to make sure that our hat will stay. So we're gonna cut it first into this teardrop shape. Make sure it's like round. But don't worry too much, because now you are going to cut from the center. And this will round off. Again, this will all round off once you start putting the layers on here. So you're going to cut from the center to the back. Okay? Because if let's say before I cut it, it's too stiff. So we're going to cut it from the center, and then you see how that creates a shape? You don't want it too round because, again, you don't want that hump, but you're going to glue it to create a nice little round base that will really hug your head. So I got my hot glue gun over here. And you're going to be using a lot of hot glue. So there's just post that there and hold it. Also, make sure if you sew, you do not use your craft scissors. Your sewing scissors for paper or anything else. So then you're going to hold it and make sure to press down, because you don't really want it to point up at the ends there. Okay. Now I like to create like a little crown to it. So that's why I use the foam. This little piece here. And what I do is I lay it on top and then cut around it. So not to waste anything, I start at the edges and I lay it on there. And you could use clips if you like. Even the same hairpins. There's so many seamstresses I've learned that use these little hairpins to hold things, and I've become one of them. And these little pins, I'm talking about the little pin curl clips that you use to curl your hair. So, because it's a big piece of foam, just gonna cut it down here. Sorry guys, one moment. I should have been like in the cooking shows that have everything pre-cooked. But I think the fun thing about being live is that you see how things are done in real time. Tell me if I'm wrong, but that's why I like lives, because you get to see every step, and if you have any questions, you could ask. There we go. Well, hello, Cheryl. All right. So then we have this that will create a crown, so the fabric doesn't look like it's just flat. So now we're going to hot glue this onto here. And yes, so just hot glue it. I like to start from the bottom to the top, just to make sure I'm catching everything. Like, do any of you struggle when you put your first hot glue stick for it to like stick? Not stick, but for it to come out. Okay, so put the bottom first. Make sure it's all lining up. Perfect. Then I like to put the tip first. I mean, the second. Tip second. And I'm just putting like a triangle. We're creating the body to the rest of our fascinator. And I'm actually going to use this one next weekend. Next weekend is my birthday, and I'll be wearing this. Hopefully, my boyfriend has a surprise for me, so we'll see where he's taking me. But I'll be dressed in case. Let's see. So we're going to press it down. And then the other side. I feel like I tried to eat a snack before here and it's all over. Oh, shit. All right. So then the other side. Don't get burnt like I did. All right. So then we're getting some body. Now I noticed that I cut a little more on this side, so I'm just going to go in and trim any excess. So trim. There we go. And I'm going to round off the, it's getting a little too pointy for my taste there. There we go. All right, so we got this going. Now you're going to take your fabric. So we have like the skeleton of the fascinator. We're going to take our fabric. Move my hot glue gun. Microphone. Ooh, I also have some hair and some tool, but like I'm getting ahead of myself here. So I'll be making a dress out of this. So I wanted to make a fascinator to match this. So, and I got this fabric at Walmart on sale. Walmart had like a really big sale like 2 weeks ago, and I got it for $1 a yard. So I'm gonna do the same thing. It's just that I have a lot of fabric because I wanted to make something with it. But here we go. Let me just cut it around. All right, so we're gonna have this square. Hi, Elizabeth. So I have my fabric. I have a square that goes right over this. And as you're gonna guess, we're gonna hot glue. You're not gonna hot glue on the top because if you put hot glue on the top, you're gonna see the ridge of the hot glue. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna like upholstery. If you have any, if you ever reupholstered anything, you're gonna put the fabric over. Make sure everything is covered completely. If you're using fabric from the edge, make sure you hide this in the back because we don't want that to show. If it has a print, make sure it's laid out where you want it to be. Like this flower, I want it right there. So when I have the fascinator, it'll be right in the front. So you see how the fabric is covered by everything? Now we're just gonna hot glue in. Okay? So lay it flat on your table and then hot glue in. And I like to start again on the top. I put one little strip. Maybe let me move this down so you see what I'm doing here. So you see that? And then you're gonna take your fabric. Now you're technically just gonna pull this until everything is smooth. You want it to be smooth on the top. So what I like to do is the top, the sides, and then the bottom, and then hot glue every little section from there. So let's do this side here. So we're just gonna lay glue. And we're gonna cut the excess, but make sure again it's smooth. And you see how the fluff really helps it create a nice like non-ragged edge. I'm calling it fluff. If you know the name of the foam that I used, please let me know. If you don't have that foam or you can't find it, you could also layer on felt. So just put a couple layers of felt and here you go. So then we're gonna do this side. Put your glue. Put a little there. And then snug it on. Snug, snug, snug. All right, so now that you see it's looking snug in some places. Oh, look. Yes. Yes. That way you also get that crown. So, yes. I see. So, yeah. So, keep hot gluing all over, all around. I can't wait to see what you're making, Sarah. All right, so we have this. Now I'm just going to like hot glue all these little sections. And then with the scissor, I use like embroidery scissors, but they're like curved scissors. So they're smaller and able to cut. I don't have them with me because I keep it next to the embroidery machine. That is not here. So while I glue this, if you guys have any questions, let me know. And don't worry, we're gonna I got glue on my fingers. Hot glue gun pain is like a whole different type of pain. Because it's quick and then it's gone. But then when it happens again, you remember, oh boy, this is gonna hurt. And then I actually know somebody that likes it. To each their own. And then when you get in the edge, you could fold it and bring it in. All right, let me make sure I got every little edge hugged to my little skeleton. So this is what it looks like on the top, you see? Nice and smooth, snug. I see my flower that I wanted there because I'm going to be putting some flowers here. And then I'm going to go in with my scissors because now from the back, you see, it's ugly. So I'm going to take my scissors and just trim along all the loose ends. I need two hands for this, so one moment. You'll see the difference right now. And then also hot glue down any edges that came loose. Nothing came loose. It's just that since there's wrinkles, not wrinkles, but like ruffles made, because you know you're trying to pull in. I just don't want anything standing up. We want to make sure it looks flush. Because if you take your time and you make it, it'll last you. Like I'm telling you, this hat that I made, you know, I took my time and I sewed it. I even did the lining in the inside and it lasts. Okay. So now we're also going to line the inside, which would be great with felt. But I'm going to line it with the same fabric. So I'm going to take same fabric. And what I mean lining it is that we're going to cover up the bottom. And we also want to line it because in case like your hat falls out in public, you don't, I mean, what's going to look cute? This, you know, or if it's the same fabric or a contrasting fabric, that'd be cute. Do I have a contrasting fabric? No, not at the moment. So we're going to take a piece of that fabric. So I got a piece of the same fabric. And now you're going to cut out another teardrop, but make it a little bigger because as you can see, fabric, if you're using felt, it's great because you don't need to worry about the edges. But if you notice when you use fabric, it starts to fringe, not fringe, fray. So we want to make sure to tuck the ends in. You know what? I just thought of something. I'm just going to lay the fabric on here, opposite way up, and then fold it in where I want it to be, and then cut from there. How about that? Hello, Nicole. All right. I think this is working. So what I'm doing is I got a piece and I'm folding it and hot gluing it. I'm not hot gluing it on there. I just want to make sure it covers my edges, these edges. So this part's a little long. So I'm going to cut. So this step will be really easy if it was just a belt. You guys are saying that right now. Any more glue? Alrighty then. Now, do any of you do any sound effects when you're like making artsy things or cooking? I have like sound effects when I cook and when I craft and when I sew. They're all different. It's like a different language in my head that I'm telling the world. And then it's a whole different language when I try to knit because I've been learning how to knit, but it's I can't get it. Okay, sorry, I needed to put that on the table for this. So I hot glued all the edges in. So now you'll see that when I flip it over, it's gonna look like a weird shape. But now I'm gonna hot glue it inside of my fascinator. to cover up all the edges. You see? So now I'm gonna hot glue it to cover up these edges. So let me take this off. And and this one I'm gonna start from the point in the bottom because I think the point is kind of weird on my scraps. So I'm gonna leave the glue there. Grab this and cover. Yes. Perfect. I see this edge is kind of off. This is when I could just adjust everything how I want it. All right, now I'm gonna be good if I just hot glue. And here you could hot glue directly on the fabric because again, this is just a little touch because you want to finish it and make it look nice. Even if you're the only one looking at it, you know. One thing that took me a long time to learn in life is like, for example, lingerie. I was like, I'm not gonna buy that because who's gonna see it, you know? But you know, for yourself, make yourself feel good. Whatever makes you feel good. You don't gotta do it for somebody else. Do it for yourself. I guess the perks of having like acrylic nails is you can use it to hold your fabric down when you hot glue. Who else does that? I mean, you have alrighty, so there we go. Look how pretty. Now when the hat goes flying off, if it flies off, it's gonna look nice. And it's gonna look nice for you too. So you have something very beautiful. Alright, now here comes the really fun part, which is decorating the top. I used a lot of glue for that part. Hold on. Notice I need a little more. So I guess the thing you're gonna be using the most in this project is hot glue. And see, so far, very customizable. You can make it the hat size whatever you like. That's what I really try to bring you on. I bring you on things you can make on your own, like your own. I would like to teach you the basics so you could do it how you like it. All right. So this is the top. Make sure you take out these little like glue gun strings because gosh, they're annoying. We want people to think this magically came together. Okay, so here we go. Now the fun part. The fun part is now you could decorate the top. So you could use wires. You can use wires and make little like how do you call this? Little cords like with the fabric. If I wanted to use this fabric and create like a bow, you could create a bow, put it on there. You could put a wire in it to make like big loops or make it like stringy, like little spirals. I want to put flowers because this fabric has flowers on it. So I brought a few things. And you could also use like a veil, or like if you want to put a veil. I got these. Where did I get these? I got these at Walmart and I got them for 98 cents a piece. But that's 97 cents a yard. I think I just got 1 yard each. So super nice. And I like that they're thick. Can you see it in this camera? Yeah. I don't really have a veil to match this fabric. You know what? Let's put a little bit of this grayish blue. And then when you're done with it, steam it because it's really wrinkly when you have it in storage. So I'm going to cut out a square. So I'm going to cut out, this is see-through, so let's see. cut out a square here. And make sure you cut smoothly because you don't need to like hem it or anything, but that way it's nice and clean and no jagged edges. So I'm just gonna take this into a triangle and just grab it in the middle. And I'm literally just gonna use this light base because I'm not gonna use it as a veil, but just as a little detail. I'm gonna hot glue it right there. And be careful since this is has holes in it. The hot glue will go through. So use the edge of your scissors or the edge of a pencil, or or if you have acrylic nails, use your nail. And just do it. Don't use your nail. Now, then I'm gonna cut these leaves off of this like stem that I had. I'm gonna use these 3 leaves. So see, I'm gonna steam these when I'm done with a steamer to make it nice and smooth. Just for a little detail on the back. You see? I'll zoom out. It's because I have it a little zoomed in there. But yeah, so you see a little detail. You can make it longer, shorter. The possibilities are endless. So I'm going to take these green leaves and just put them right on top of that veil looking tool. And I'm going to just place them like this. Need another hot glue stick. So I'm just using the leaves as a base for my flowers. And I'm putting the glue right here because I still want it to pop on the top. So this is what I got so far. And I love how it goes with the fabric here. See if you get a little further. All right. Then I have a bunch of these little flowers and I'm going to cut out, or they just yank off. Yes, I'm going to yank out like, I got this, I think at the dollar store. And I'm going to yank off like 4 of them. Yank off. And sometimes be careful because when you yank it off, you yank off the petals, and I've had that happen, and you just destroyed your whole flower set. But this one seems to have 3 per little stem. All right, so these are small, which is perfect because I just want it as a detail here. So I'm gonna put 1, 2, 3, 4, and if there's room, I'll put 1 on the top. These are gonna be interesting. So what I'm gonna do is put glue here. The good thing about hot glue is you could like put like a thick coat and it'll help things stay, you know. The bad thing about hot glue gun is these little streamers that come from it and the little burns. gonna look magical. Let's see here. All right, so this is with 3. Just letting it set there. And I'm gonna put one more in the back to fill it up. Look at that. Well, hello, Annie. If you guys are into crafting, make sure to follow Annie Jones on YouTube. She does a lot of crafting. I've even guested twice on her show. Alrighty. Not sure if I should put one more, but what do you guys think so far? I'm gonna pick up the tool here. Give it a nice, give it some volume there. I like it like that, picked up in the back. So this is what we got going so far. Let me move back a bit. So yes. So see, mine's is big, but I like it because it's gonna look for this hairstyle. It's perfect, and I love the teardrop effect because it drops perfectly there. And since we did the little bending in the beginning, it really hugs your head. Oh, I got like a red fabric. I like it like this, picked like tooled up at the back, gives it a nice little water feel. I love it so far. Now, and again, you could add whatever you like, feathers, ribbons. I'm gonna keep it just like this, simple but powerful. Now here you could add a headband or a clip. I'm gonna be adding a pin curl clip right in the back and in the front. So I'm going to be adding one here and here. And it's the same thing as when I did the hair pieces. We're going to have a scrap of fabric. That's too small. We cut 2 small pieces here. And again, since fabric, I'm using fabric. I'm sure Sarah, since she's using felt, she won't have to like tuck in the edges. So I have these 2 pieces that I'm just going to hot glue the edges in because I don't want the edges to fray. So I'll just be using a bit of glue to tuck it in. You could also sew it. But why am I going to put myself through that predicament of sewing this? Or serging it. So simply, as you can see, I am just putting glue and then folding it in. It's just a little detail that goes a long way. And it helps when gluing the pin curl clip on. So this is going to be my first little cover up. And what I mean by cover up, we're going to put it right under the pin curl. I wonder if I could just use this. I guess I made him a little too large, but let me see this way. Perfect. So what I'm going to do is cut this in half. And just put glue here. And then curl it in because I made him too big. You see? So now this is going to go right here and cover your pin curl. So do the same thing to the other little piece. Perfect. Test it out to make sure it covers. Perfecto. Look how cute. All right, so I like putting one right here. So the first thing we're gonna do is, it's because I have all my equipment here. Let's see, I'll put you lower so you can see. Okay. So we're gonna take the pin curl that I have glue on. No. So it's gonna go there. Yes, it's gonna go there. It's gonna go there. But the reason why we created these little flaps is because we don't want the glue to touch, you know, the pin curl. So this is gonna be a little tricky, but you're gonna open this up, put the hair thing in, the little paper, the little square you made, put the hot glue there, and this will make it so much easier because can you imagine hot gluing this and then just holding it till it dries? And then like my hair gets stuck on anything, so it'll probably get stuck on this and then it'll rip this and it's like a whole ripple effect. So that's the magic of that. So we're gonna put that there. And you could even put elastic pieces, like you could even hot glue elastic on here so you could put your headband through. I like pin curl clips, or you could hot glue your headband the same way that I'm doing. So be generous here on your, because you're creating like your foundation, you know. And you see, only the glue gets on the back. And then you're gonna put it right there. And you could open it up to press down. And it's also beautifully covered and looks so professional. What do you guys think? And since this one is large, I'm putting another piece right here because I want the corner raindrop, teardrop to mold around my face. So I'm gonna put the next one right here. So the same, you're gonna take your little square, and then you're gonna put your pin curl in there, pin curl clip. I'm gonna put it this way because it's literally just to make it hold on your head. So the same method here. I'm gonna take this, put a generous hot glue, another stick needed. I gotta clean my glue stick today because I got it all over. So you're gonna take this, put a bunch of glue. Once you have a lot in there, be generous. You're gonna Put it where you want. Just hold it down. Hold it down without getting burnt, because heat transfers on these little pin curls, so you know. So, hold it down. Alrighty. And there you have your Fascinator. What do you guys think about the one I made? Are you going to make some? Let me know. Let me know. But yes, I love it. Now I'm going to test it. I'm just waiting for it to cool. And take out all these little like stringies. Hot glue any little sections that need it. So this is like the final walkthrough. You know, like when you buy your house and you do like a walkthrough before your closing. This is what that is. I want to make sure everything is tied down, because if we take that step now, we don't got to worry about it later. Some here just in case. Yes. I really like it. Let me see if I could push you guys back without you falling on the floor. And you can see my green screen. All right, so how this is gonna look, and what I like is that it's already attached. You just pin curl. Now I love it how we did it, because I said use thin cardboard or the folder or felt, because it's flexible. So when you press on these clips, you're able to just slide them in. So we'll slide the front first, and then we'll slide the back. And look how pretty. What do you guys think? Maybe I'll curl, like I want to mold it a little more tight. There we go. There we go. Let me see how I could zoom out here. Zoom out. Oh, zoom in. See my whole little setup today. What do you guys think of the Fascinator? Let me know. I think it came out cute. So yeah, see, you can make it bigger, smaller. It really depends on the kind of vibe that you're going for. But I like it. It came out super adorable. And now I can't wait to make the dress that goes with it. And I'll make sure to incorporate flowers on it. Oy. Yes. And Timmy, my boyfriend's watching this. So now he knows what I'm going to be wearing for my birthday next Saturday. I'll be wearing this Fascinator. Super adorable. And see how like it lifts up a bit. But we lined it, ladies, so we know it's not going to like look weird in any angle, because it's all lined. So what did you guys think? I'd like to know. Did you find it easy? Are you going to try it? Or do you have different ideas? I really like the teardrop because it gives it another vibe. You can style it however you like. And yes, perfect. I love it. Thank you all for joining in on today's Sunday how to. Next Sunday, I'll let you know. If you have any suggestions for next Sunday, let me know. If I do get a surprise getaway, I will not be on here, but I will let you know. Thank you all for joining in, and I hope you guys have a wonderful week. I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. I hope you guys had food at the table, and I hope you guys enjoyed time with your family, even if it's through Zoom. Oh, Sarah, what did you say? It was quick and easy, so I completely complicated it at the end. I love you. That was funny. Thank you, Elizabeth. So make sure that you're grateful for everything that you have. Please wear your masks. I'm like the first person to want to go out there and keep doing events, and we're not going to be able to if people keep putting on events and they're just thinking, not following the rules. And it's not even like a rule, it's more like a courtesy for people so not everyone gets sick. Um, but I love you all, and please stay safe, and see you all next week. Bye.